Welcome to Tampa Book Reviews. So I'm actually really excited to talk about this book. And so this is not a new book by any stretch. It is a new book to me. I recently have been getting into Japanese translations, so translations from Japanese writers into English. And so I really fell in love with Hot Chocolate on a Thursday, which I think is amazing. So I read all of the books by Michiko Oyama that have been translated into English. I don't think they're all as good as that first one, but I really liked it. And so when I looked for reviews, and I asked for reviews about similar books, The Miracles of the Namiya General Store, Namiya General Store came up, and I'm 100% mispronouncing that. And so I was really excited to have the opportunity to read this book. I think in terms of structure, it is very, very similar to Hot Chocolate on a Thursday, where there's a lot of interconnected stories in there that you don't necessarily realize are interconnected. The story really is about a man who was running a general store, and kids started to ask for advice. And so he was having them write down their questions. They started out really silly. They became very serious over time. And he took a lot of pride in responding to them, even after his partner had died. He really took really a lot of ownership and really helped him live independently for a long time by answering these questions and really being of service to his community. And so the story really follows all of the people, no, I mean, not all of the people, but quite a number of people who have gone through and who have received advice and sort of what happened to that advice. And so there's a bit of a time travel element. They reopen it for one night only. So basically these emails from the future come, these letters to him before he dies. And it is just really touching how much our lives can be really interconnected with each other. I think it's so easy when you're reading any story, you're really looking at it from that person's perspective. And so I think stories like this, I don't know how many more there are, but they really show how our lives are interconnected. And so I really appreciated that a great deal. One of the things that was really touching, and this is a bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to know, I mean, it's not a new book, so maybe you already do know, but one of the stories is there was a struggling musician, and there's three kids that break into the general store who are kind of intercepting these letters. And so the kids from the future know that this musician ends up dying in a fire, but the song that he sings at a children's home ends up getting sung by one of the children of the children's home and becoming very famous. And so they were really torn with the ethics question of whether or not to warn him about this. And ultimately they didn't. They said that, this is the kind of the way that it worked out, and they weren't going to mess with matters of life and death. But they did encourage him to become a musician so that the story would be the same. Anyway, if you are looking for something that's a quick read, this is a great book to consider.